you don't fuck with Koreans because they're crazy.
Like, that's a rule, and everyone's gonna follow it naturally.
Hey everyone, I'm Shannon.
I'm Nick. In this video, we talk about what it was like growing up non-white in a mostly white environment. The things that we encountered and the things that people would say to us. He doesn't care.
The first time I was aware of being different was in school, like in the world.
Yeah.
And even like in preschool and elementary school, like the kids that I grew up with from kindergarten or whatever never said anything. Like, I just was who I was. But I moved in 4th grade, and that's all. Like, all I was to anyone was Asian. They couldn't see me for anything else.
See, when I was in my 1st or 4th grade, I went to Catholic school, and in Catholic school, I feel like my parents put us there because they knew there wouldn't be any issues. Mm-hmm. Because it's small, it's expensive, like, and if there were any problems, the nuns would slap that shit down right away. But
did you have kids say stuff to you when you went
I don't
there?
remember anything in Catholic.
How old were you when you started going there?
I went there for, I don't know if I went there for kindergarten. No, I went there for kindergarten through 4th grade.
Changing schools in 4th grade, that's like just when kids don't have a filter.
Yeah, I think that I got caught a chink my first day of 5th grade in public school on the bus. I didn't even make it to school, and I got caught a chink.
Yeah, so that's about the same time in our lives when we first started to be like, I don't know if you were being made fun of, but for me, I just felt isolated because of my ethnicity, and I had never felt that before.
I remember there was a girl who was half Korean in my 5th grade class, and I felt like this girl has to be my best friend.
When I moved in 4th grade, that was the first time that people talked about my ethnicity, and everyone, I don't know if it's just like a 10-year-old thing. They're like, where are you from? And
I think it's such a weird thing. Where is that learned?
Because I moved from one part of Moon to a different part of Moon. So I'd tell them, and they'd be like, but where are you really from? And it made me really uncomfortable at the age of 10. So I refused to answer that question the whole year of 4th grade. So every day, all day long, kids would just say, where are you from?
Oh, because you weren't answering it, it just got even worse.
And so it made it even more uncomfortable. And then they would start naming the countries, and they would spin the globe and be like, wherever my finger lands is where you're from.
Oh, God.
And then one day, I can't remember what made me do it. I decided to tell them I was from Korea. And then some kid that cared about history, or some dad was telling them about the Korean War or something, was like, are you from the bad one?
Oh, man, I was going to ask. I don't know if other Koreans get this, but I always get asked, are you from the bad one?
Yeah.
Or are you from North or South?
Yeah.
And that, to me, if anybody asks that, that's the instant, I assume you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're completely ignorant
and
because you don't know what's going on in the world.
Don't understand that people don't really leave North Korea very often. And they're definitely not allowing people to be adopted out of North Korea. Yeah,
and it's just the way that people say it is your answer is going to change how they feel about you.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Well, I had a guy a couple weeks ago, and I guess it was a couple months ago now, but I was riding my bike to work, and a guy just pulls up next to me and he's like, fuck you. I'm just like, all right, man, fuck you too. You just came out of nowhere and you're just going to tell me to, And he, later on, I see him at the next light, and he goes, my dad fought against your people in the war.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm like, man, what war is this guy talking about? Is there a war against bicyclists? And I missed? And I'm thinking, this guy's dad would kick his ass.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, the Korean War was not Korea versus America. It was America and Korea versus the USSR and North Korea. It was against the communists. Nobody likes communists. But we were fighting with, Asians.
All Asians.
All Asians.
The ones who weren't born yet.
We were all fighting with the Americans. Mm-hmm. In case you didn't know.
So that man's dad, that's your father. You should know what war your father was in and what he was fighting
all
for.
The Korean War vets that I've ever met have had the utmost respect for Koreans.
Yeah.
And they've all said, you don't fuck with Koreans because they're crazy. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of wars.
Is there a cat?
Yeah, there's a cat out there. So what do you think about how we teach our children about diversity, ethnicity, and how schools handle the issue?
Tell us in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions for us, let us know. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.
So if you want to talk to us, reach out to us, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Links are all down below.
Bye, guys.